And we are live. What's up, my crypto legends? I have him here again, Devault, expert in technical analysis. He's going to give us his opinion on what is going on here on the markets. Devault, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for having me again, Andy. I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's been a very exciting week from a trading perspective, and very excited to share my analysis, how I've been trading this move up. Most importantly, did you make money? Did you get wrecked? Did you try and short levels and not apply good risk management? I will show you a simple strategy that I applied where I made some significant gains over the last 2 days.
Wow, amazing. My community will love to hear that strategy for sure. I haven't made as much money these last couple of days with this run to the upside. I've been trying to short some tops, getting stopped out at break even many times, and I've made more money during the last few weeks when we were consolidating in that squeeze symmetrical triangle. And this runner, I've only got into one scalp long position today, which was very good. It was the bounce of the daily level, which we'll talk about now in the technical analysis, of course. But anyway, let's just not waste more time here for the community, and let's go through your technical analysis on Bitcoin. And after that, share a little bit, what you have been trading during this runner, and explaining a little bit of that beautiful strategy that you just talked about, the Vault.
Okay, perfect. So maybe first things first, just look at the overall structure. I like to zoom out when I do my analysis fresh thing in the morning. And, usually I start here by the 4 hour or even from the daily, and I work my way back onto the timelines. So looking at the structure, I mean, myself and Andy, we've been saying this 100 times, is that you have higher highs, lower, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And then now finally you broke market structure. And the question was, where are we going to turn around with this move up? Are we going to go up? Okay. And I see, YouTube influencers are extremely bullish. We're going to the moon, $100,000. I'm not convinced yet. People get very excited when they see green candles like this. But for me, from a technical perspective, we need to remain calm, control our emotions, wait for a little bit of consolidation, and then take it from there. The one thing I have noticed from this structure is to say, what if? I like to play what if scenarios. I like to ask myself every morning, what if? And then I will go again, what if? So if this is indeed a break of the structure, and this is potentially a wave to the downside, where we're now making a B wave to the upside, we could potentially still turn around in this area. Unfortunately, the difficulty about a B wave is it's a very difficult wave to trade because it has so many levels. And I've highlighted this during our previous live stream as well. It has all the levels, and even above, it has the 1.382 and the 1.236, and that's basically your B flat for your flat targets. So not an easy wave to trade, but when you zoom into the smaller price action like this little range, I believe, you made some cash over there because Andy is the king of range trading.
Yes.
And so the one thing that I am looking at also is to say, okay, well, this could be an A and a B. And a B typically has a three-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. This structure, I'll be honest, Andy, was a very confusing structure because it didn't hit common Fibonacci targets like the 382 for a minimum retracement. But nonetheless, even the Elliott wave traders I saw from other communities that I follow really struggled with this range. And everyone was still looking for that three-wave structure, which was the shallow correction in the move up. Right. So this to me now looks like an ABC to the upside. And the reason I'm saying this is an ABC to the upside, which is part of a B wave, is because a second wave, usually when you have an impulse to the upside, your second wave minimum target is the 0.382. But your B has shallower targets that it can abide to. And because we didn't hit the 0.382 here, it gives me a clue that this is potentially a B, C to the upside. Now, because I have that clue, what I then do is to say, okay, and I have a lot of targets here and fibs that I've been playing around. And let's maybe start with this one. Okay. So let's go on to the 1 hour and zoom into this structure over here. How I ended up counting this structure was to say, it's not as simple as just taking your fib from the top to the bottom, because then your levels don't completely balance. You have to find where's the end of the corrective structure. So I counted then this as an A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, end. The end of the structure is over here, and this was your first wave, 1, 2, and this is a third impulsive wave to the upside. And remember, C waves also make 5 waves to the upside, very impulsively. And it can be even more aggressive than a third wave. Okay, so C wave targets then is to say, when you take your fib then from the bottom to the top, A, B, C, to work out your C wave targets. So from the bottom to the top to where the corrective structure ended, you can see that we've actually respected these levels very nicely, where when we got, so 0.618 is a common C wave target, well, a minimum. It's a minimum C wave target. And you can see we tapped it and we found a little bit of consolidation, and then we broke through. Next stop is the 1-to-1 ratio, and that's exactly where we're currently getting the rejection. Also a very, common C wave, minimum C wave target, common C wave target, and these 3 is also common C wave targets. The question was just, where are we going to turn around? Okay, so this could potentially still be a 1, 2, 3, where we are now potentially busy forming a fourth leg. Okay, because the fourth leg has a little bit of a longer consolidation. The only way that you'll invalidate the fourth leg is to say you take it from the bottom of 2 to the potential top that we've just made, is to say that, well, you want to see us bounce here, not lower than the 50% fib level. So we still have a long way to go to consolidate, for another bounce to go and complete the fifth wave to the upside. So this is basically what I'm looking at, and nice little bounce here on the daily level. I did see we did break it, and now we broke through the daily, and we rejected at a C wave target, the 1-to-1 ratio, and now we found support here by the daily level. Chances are we're going to find a little bit more downwards momentum. Only time will tell. It's about observing the price reaction. I think if we pierce through here, Andy, maybe consolidate below, we could find ourselves here at the 382 and even the 50% fib level.
Yeah, I totally agree here. I mean, look, it's insane how the Fibonacci levels are respected. I mean, look at that 1-to-1, just hitting it, basically just a few dollars off and getting that pullback of over $1,000 during the last hour. We've basically got a pullback beneath $47,000, and you can just see how we're hitting that 1-to-1 extension from that possible C wave or inside of a third wave. I know you're talking about the bearish case scenario at the moment. Do you see a bullish case? What would be the bullish case? Because what is disturbing for me, DeVault, is the corrective move since we had the ETF approval. This leg down with high volume that we've had since hitting $49,000. Yeah, this leg down, I don't see it corrective. It seems like it's missing a little bit of an ABC wave. It will, it's just not, it's very, kind of very, very quick to the downside with no major corrective moves hitting 382, 50%, right? Giving a possibility of that being an ABC in a larger time frame. And now we are in a new wave, impulsive wave to the upside.
Yes.
This is why I'm also leaning on, I'm not trusting this pump. I know we could go to $50,000 for that possible flat wave. And I think that it could be the case in the coming days to get people absolutely extremely bullish, and that is the moment where the price is going to reverse, right? When everybody's saying, wow, we actually broke the highs from the ETF approval. This cannot be bearish. We are going to 60K and on our way to all-time highs in the coming weeks.
I do have a magic level, and perhaps it is a magic level, and I don't know if anyone else has spotted this level, and I actually took the legends this morning through what I saw. And if you're not part of the legends community, you will get the alpha first, but since I've already shared it with the legends, let me share it here with the community as well. What was very interesting for me this morning, Andy, is when you go on to, let's start with the weekly. When you go onto the weekly, okay, And I'm just going to switch some of these things off, clean up the chart a little bit. What was very interesting about the weekly is when you go onto this little pivot over here, you can see that we have a weekly level. Let me just switch on my weekly levels. Okay. We have a weekly level over here. Okay. I open and a close at the same level. Cool. That's nice. Then I go on to the daily. What is happening on the daily? Just waiting for it to load up. And I just have to zoom in there. Okay. The daily is a little bit confusing, but what is interesting here about the daily levels is that look how in a straight line, all the daily levels here opened and closed at the same level. Like it was like a pan, not preventing price to pierce through. It was just such a strong level over here. So now I have a daily, a weekly level. And then where it gets more interesting for me is that when I take a fib expansion from this move that we've made up, okay, on the daily, and I can now take the weekly levels out, just clean it up, and I take a fib expansion. I think I do have it here. Okay, is to say that, well, if this is a wave 1, 2, 3 to the upside, okay,
it's at the same level.
What concerned me a little bit is to say that the fact that we closed over here gives me a signal that this is potentially a C wave. It's not what you want to see, because the downwards momentum can then potentially bring us down to all new time lows. Okay. But what this level represents for me is to say that, well, that 618 level also aligns, you guessed it, with that weekly and that daily level. But now, wait, it gets more interesting. Okay, but wait, there's more.
More than that. I mean, that $51,000 is extreme high confluence already. So if you got anything else to add up, then it's going to be a massive wall. So yeah, go ahead.
Now it gets more interesting, Andy, is to say that, well, now I start adding more fibs. If I take the bottom to the top to where the corrective structure ended, guess what? That 618 also aligns there. Okay, and I think there was one more, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, this little impulsive move, I have not seen, and I can be corrected if I'm wrong, I have not seen a third wave or a C wave extend past the 5.618. It's usually a topping out point. I've never seen, except for some of the altcoins, like the meme coins, you know, they go bonkers and they go to the 618 and crazy things. So it also then happens to align that, well, if this is the maximum target for a C wave or a third wave, where we have all of those levels.
it needs to get a reaction at least. Maybe not a severe pullback, but at least a little pullback of a few $100s is extremely likely at that level. I mean, these levels I like to snipe a scalp. I know they're likely going to get a reaction and get a pullback, and I'm really good with risk management, so easy to quickly snipe a short as soon as the price action gets above and then beneath that level. That's kind of my sniper moment. Get in, and get into that quick pullback. So yeah, amazing level to Vault. There was a few things that I didn't add up here. I knew it was a confluent zone, but you definitely added a little bit more of Fibonacci levels there, realizing that, that $51,000 range is just a big level. And it is also, I want to know, of course, the B target in a flat, because isn't it also in confluence with a B target being the 1.2361382?
Okay, so let's go work that out quick. B flat,
because it should from be the high. Yeah,
it's from the high to the low. You click and you drag it across. We reverse it. Okay, now we go switch on those other ones.
It's just the 1236 is slightly above.
Look at that, slightly above. But I mean, usually when you hit a level, you don't just in most cases you wick through and you close below. Okay, so it could be that it wicks through, it taps this level, and then it falls down. So definitely, even the 618 level for me is also here in confluence with the 1.236. Although there's a little gap, I see it as confluence because you get wicks. You get wicks.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not an exact level where the price is just going to stop in reverse. You get that volatility of a few $100s above it also. So amazing. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, I would be willing to check that reaction. I mean, to be honest, I have been trying to short a few double tops during this leg to the upside, and obviously not maintaining that short position open, always getting stopped out at break even, paying a bit of fees, managing risk very well, knowing that we are in a huge uptrend and we can absolutely catapult, just like we've been doing. So yeah, I mean, absolutely amazing. Really interesting to see what is going on, because also inside of this impulsive move to the upside that we've had during the last 48 hours. I mean, how long has it been? It's just been, 2 days, right? Of
2
an impulse.
days. Yeah.
Yeah. About this, if it were to be a C wave, that we could be possibly still in a move for the fourth wave. So we could have one more push to the upside, meaning that we could get above that high that we've just created, which is sitting slightly beneath $48,000, right? Approximately 47.7, approximately. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, and realizing the waves that we've formed, which we should be in that third impulsive wave, obviously, during the last, 2 days after that first wave. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be interesting right now, the corrective structure and the next wave up. How are we going to break above this current high? Will it be a massive fifth wave? This is the issue as well with fifth waves, right? Where, they can be very, very small. They can double top. They can extend quite a lot. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult situation to realize where it could top out. But I'm always happy for a failed auction, a double top, right? As soon as you lose that high of the third wave, for me, that is going to be, a bit bearish, obviously. Yeah. Once you get the next leg up, yeah, and then come down.
Or even,
yeah, from that high. Yeah, basically. Yeah. So interesting. So anyway, about that. Anyway, thank you very much. That's a great explanation. Great fib levels, confluence at the 31. I'm just preparing a huge amount of limit orders at that level for a short position right now as we speak. Only joking. I'm really
100x. Let's go.
No, only joking. Yeah, I do not really put limit orders. Most of my trades are market orders most of the times.
Mine as well. Yes.
Yeah, you pay a little bit more fees, but who cares? If it's a winning trade, it's you need to pay a bit of fees, right? If you want to get straight into the market. Going through,
Yes.
I know you have been trading the last couple of days. I know you've been absolutely killing it, more than me. I've basically done a big fat nothing. I missed that. These runs to the upside or to the downside, unless I'm already in a trade from lower. I basically don't swing trade. I'm more of a scalper day trader. And I know you've been absolutely killing it during this runner. And I know you can explain a little bit, how you've looked for your levels, how you've looked for your setups, where you've actually got into those positions. And I have missed out completely on this entire move. Yes, I did get a few profits from some quick short scalps and some day trades as well. Just that daily level was also traded today as a bounce, but very, very small movements of a few $100s, missing out on this move of $3,000-$4,000 that have happened. So yeah, we can go dive in straight into the your analysis. But first of all, of course, I want to go through, if you are interested, guys, Bybit, #1 crypto trading platform for me. Of course, there are multiple different ones, such as MEXC, which they have very low fees. If you cannot sign up for Bybit because of restrictions or whatever, you have the link down below on MEXC as well. Great trading platform. They're my two favorites for the moment, Bybit and MEXC. You got the greatest deals down below with the link in the description. I want to quickly say something as well, guys, because in Devault, at the end of this live stream, there is going to be a winner that has signed up to the K app, because the K app is doing a giveaway of $1,000. And in this live stream, at the very end, we're going to keep it to the very end. There's going to be 2 winners that win $500. We're going to do it's right over here, and there hasn't been many. There's been 5 people that have actually followed the steps. So, I mean, the win ratio for these people is like 40%. There's going to be 2 people out of 5 that are going to win $500. What do you think about that? The emails are here.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I don't believe it. You and the guys know for the next time, if there is going to be another giveaway, you know that you have insane odds to win the, $500 in this case. It's crazy. So a lot of people missed out on the opportunity. There's going to be 2 people that have followed the steps, okay, from this giveaway that are going to get $500. So just wanted to point out, by the next time, you probably going to have a lot of odds if there's going to be just a few people joining. Anyway, going straight to you, Devault, with the how you've been trading this. All right, your experience, because I've hardly made anything during this run up. Okay, I've made more during the last couple of weeks in that symmetrical triangle than this runner. I usually miss out big time on these kind of swing trades because I focus on level to level trading in scalp and day trade. So I would like to hear, your last few days of trading. What have you experienced it, and my community as well would want to hear that.
When I saw the breakout, I just FOMO'd in at 100x, and now I am smiling. No, it's not that simple.
I know you didn't do that. I know you didn't do that.
So I want to make it clear, this is most probably the easiest trading strategy that I've ever used. And I call it my one-line strategy. And I've shared this with the legends this morning in the community as well. And I only use it when I see this. I only use it when I see this. I only use it when I see this. So I need to see impulses. I need to have some sort of confirmation that we are indeed in a third Elliott wave or in a C wave. And that is when I apply the strategy. I do not use the strategy when we consolidate. There I switch to swing failure patterns, volume trading, a volume strategy. I use daily, weekly, point of control, session volume profiles. But as soon as I see this, then I switch to my simple strategy, because what ends up happening, as a trader that doesn't have a lot of experience, they will have levels marked out to the top, and they will try and they will see the movement up, and they'll try and short. They'll try and short all the levels that they have, and every time they get stopped out, they get stopped out. And there was just one day where the penny dropped for me, is to say that stuff that I want to make money on the way up while I'm looking for my short. Okay. So when I go, you have to go onto smaller time frames, because on higher time frames, this just looked like a straight candle to the upside. So what I do is I generally go onto the 5-minute or the 3-minute chart. I zoom into this little price action. And then what triggered me to start the strategy is when we sliced through this weekly level like butter, like it didn't even exist.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe just to put it into perspective for everyone, is that weekly level was this weekly level that we've been eyeing for so long, to say that perhaps we grab the liquidity, we SFP, or this one, or this one. We were aiming for one of these 2 levels. And then when we sliced like butter, like it didn't even exist, I was like, hang on, let me rip out my one-line strategy. Okay. So what I then do is I go into the 15-minute. And I've actually prepared it, all the trades. I've just left them where I took them. Okay, so let me switch on my trades. And this is where I started. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. So I don't think it's switched on everything. There we go.
People are going to enjoy this explanation from those trading setups that you got into. So go ahead. I'm excited as well.
Okay, so I just want you to know, a lot of people don't know when to use this strategy. I used it because this was such a massive resistance, and we just sliced through and we started consolidating up, and we started making bullish CVD on the CVD as well. It's just a confirmation that we're going to move up. Then I start looking for trends on lower time frames. You can see I made a trend. The probability of you being stopped out with momentum to the upside is very low, which you'll see right here, is to say that I simply draw a trend, and you have to be patient. You can't have like 2 little candles and think that's going to be a trend. You have to be patient. You draw your little trend, and then I played the breakout. My risk to reward on my first trade is, and this strategy does go into a little bit more detail. We don't have time for all of the details yet. I think if you want to know the alpha in terms of exactly how I apply the strategy, please come and join the Legends community. For I'm just going to keep it simple so you can understand the principle of it.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's support resistances that I can include as well. But for now, you draw just no patterns, no bull flags, none of that crap. You draw a trend. The momentum is to the upside. We break trend. I set alarms. You have to set alarms on your trends, and you have to be a sniper. When it breaks, you enter, you put your stop below the low, and your target is always the high to the left. First trade was a 3-to-3 risk to reward ratio, but I always leave some of the position open. So with this trade, I took 70% profit and I left 30% open. Okay, we went up, we formed a new trend. Now when we break out, I add to my position. Okay, so it's still growing as well as I'm taking profits as well. I put my stop below this low target. So this wasn't a great risk to reward. 1.5, but I still saw bullish momentum. CVD was in my favor. Didn't mind taking the trade. I took 70% again over here. And then obviously I scored with that little 30% that I left open. Again, trend line. We broke out. Same principle. This was a 2.45. Great risk to reward. Again, great risk to reward. I didn't get stopped out once.
Yeah.
Okay. When the strategy for me starts to end is that if I now have to come and draw a trend line over here, depending on how it's going to form, perhaps we still make another. I would like to see a lower high here so I can have a proper trend. If I get stopped out for the first time, then I know something's changing. Perhaps we're making a fourth wave or we're coming down for a retest. The market structure is turning down. And that's usually when I end the strategy and I go back to point of control, value area highs. I start playing swing failure patterns again. And so I just want to make it clear is when I use the strategy, because the chances of being stopped out, I mean, I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, 6 trades, and I wasn't stopped out once. And I made a whole bang of cash on the way up, leaving some of the position open. And at the moment, I still got 30% of this position open where we are right now. And I've used Mexi because they have the lowest fees. Please go check out the link in the description. It really makes the trades worthwhile if you're scalping these moves up from a Mexi perspective when the fees are that low. So, Andy, that is the strategy that I used during the last 2 days.
It's basically breaking out from the downtrend resistance line, right? From the lower high resistance line in this uptrend momentum. And no doubt that you need the trend is your friend, right? And you need to take advantage of the possible momentum that you could have to the upside, because when we were zooming out, analyzing the price action that we've had during the last few weeks, we know the possibility of, I'm going to just share the screen right there and talk about this. The thing about this scenario right over here is there is basically one wave to the upside and you are already in this second wave. There were multiple scenarios, of course, of coming lower in a regular ABC. It maintained this as a regular flat here in a triangle, right? Basically the B wave not getting above the A wave start or the C wave. So basically an ABC, and it was extended to the one-to-one. This is what made me think that we're going to get that move very, very soon when we do take a look at the Fibonacci time, right from the pivot low right there to the high of the move. You're already crossing the one-to-one. This is ready to make a move either up or down. When you start breaking, like you said, the highs and the weekly level, that this could be insanely bullish, right? It's just and the momentum to the upside can be absolutely insane. And that is purely based on if this, it doesn't matter if it's an ABC or a 1, 2, 3. There's a third wave coming in here, which is a third wave or a C wave, and it can be extremely explosive, usually larger than that first wave or A wave, right? So, I mean, no doubt it was definitely very smart on your side to actually, take advantage of this massive momentum, realizing the extension of this move. Hang on a second. Sorry, my bad. The extension of this move can, at least easily go to the one-to-one, right? And potentially, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 3, 8, 2, if it were to, be a B, C flat, right? at least to the kind of 1-to-1, right, possibility, whether it's a
Yeah.
third wave or a C wave, right? It's just, that this can get explosive once you start breaking some highs. Very strong price action to the upside, breaking that weekly level as well, as we were mentioning. I was expecting a reaction at that level. I mean, it happened at very, very early morning Central European time, that weekly level. I think, no, it was late. Yeah, no, yeah, it was Wednesday night. I was not in front of the charts at that time,
Yes.
but it just blasted through. Basically, it just went straight through it. So that is a moment where you definitely consider why this can get really, really explosive with the momentum, right? So
Yes.
yeah, absolutely insane. Great. Yeah, no, you need to take advantage, no doubt, when you're realizing that you're in a third wave or a C wave. You know that you can very likely at least go to the 1-to-1 extension, and you want to take advantage of, those small little movements, those small little retracements. And that is a great strategy, like you explained, just breaking out from the lower high resistance from those small little corrective moves. So absolutely insane. Yeah, spot on. Good job. Good job.
So, yeah, that's how I played this move up, Andy. And so far, I mean, we'll have to see what happens here. I think it also depends on how long this correction is. We could still find momentum to the upside without starting the fourth wave.
Mm-hmm.
If the consolidation becomes too long, and how long is too long? No one knows. But, the volume should start giving you a clue. Look at this. In my case, purple volume. I'm not sure if everyone can see there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Red volume kicking in at the moment. You can see some selling pressure. So this could be the start of the fourth wave, or it's going to be a small consolidation where you could potentially draw another trend, and it's just going to break out again back to the upside before it even considers that fourth wave, all the way up there to the $51,000 level.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's basically how I traded this range, Andy. I also have, the one thing that I've also noticed here, I just wanted to have a look quickly at Bitcoin dominance. And I mean, we are here by the 618 level.
Mm-hmm.
And I just briefly wanted to touch on it because although some of the altcoins has rampaged and left the station, 618 is a strong Fibonacci level. If we had to reject over here, even a shallow retracement could send some of the altcoins flying to heaven, and maybe back. So quite an interesting level here. I would prefer to see us touch this trend for a proper rejection to the downside, which again, from an Elliott wave perspective, would then be, okay, you've got a 1, 2, so I'll just move my 2 over there, 3, 4, 5. Who knows? The altcoin season might still be around the corner based on what I'm seeing here. And the only way I will change my mind is if we break back into trend and then find acceptance back in trend and claim this high. Then potentially we're going back here to the 60% level and altcoin season is delayed.
Insane. Yeah, I mean, altcoins haven't been doing much, actually. There's only been one altcoin in my portfolio that's given me significant gains back in the run here when we had in November and December. And that is Metis. I think a lot of the people do know here from my views. But a lot of the altcoins have been a little bit stuck. Some of them have been doing great, 20x. Some of them have done 5, 6x. And some of them have done like a 2x or something. They haven't done much. And a lot of part of my altcoins haven't still had a major run. I mean, Chainlink has done pretty good. It's done around about 3x from accumulation levels at $5-6, which is relatively good. But yeah, we're still, I think we're still very far away from the proper altcoin season, which is when we have the bull run of Bitcoin, basically, right? When Bitcoin suddenly starts breaking all-time high and doing its run. A lot of altcoins lag behind several weeks. But then then the altcoin season is just crazy. It's like 2-3 months of just bang, bang, bang. Everything is exploding very, very quickly in a few weeks. And that is the moment, it's just a short period of time. That is when it goes mainstream media, this crypto. And that is the moment that, okay, this is it, right? It's the bull run. It's happening. Everything is exploding. Time to take some profit. So I think we still have time for a lot of altcoins for accumulation at these levels on most of them. And that runner is the life-changing money, right? Is it going to happen end of 2024, beginning 25? If we were to follow the previous cycles, it should be around about the end of 2024 when everything starts kicking off, quite strongly. Devolt, I'm gonna make sure to have something ready. I'm not sure if you do have any altcoins or Ethereum or something. Maybe you have something else here to share, but that was insane. The confluence that was done on the technical analysis at the beginning of the stream was insane. That $51,000 is massive level of confluence, giving a higher chance of it rejecting at that level. And also with the, this nice strategy that you've talked about during this runner during the last 2 days, absolutely amazing. I'm just going to go quickly through the comment section because we are not reading the comment section, and I feel bad for the community.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's read.
Absolutely. So, second like on the video says relief. Daniel, hello, how are you doing? Andy, what's going on? Are we dumping Santos? Well, yeah, we just gone through that technical analysis with Devolt, where we are hitting the 1-to-1 extension here from this move, and we're just hitting that exact 1-to-1 where we are getting that. We've had $1,000 pullback in the last hour, which has been pretty crazy just after hitting the 1-to-1 extension. Bridget, how are you doing? Lil Shot, Lux Algo on top. Howdy, Mon Ninja, James XRP. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Aditya, I got my moderator here. Thanks for joining the live stream. Not many comments, actually. People were paying attention to your educational content, Devolt, which was absolutely insane. When there's not many comments, that means people are listening to what's going on the screen.
That's great.
So yeah, anyway, Steve says, I would still lose, so I'm good. That is based on the giveaway that the K app is doing. There's 5 people being elected that have followed the steps, actually deposited $20. And you can do whatever with those $20. Change it to Bitcoin, withdraw it. It's just to register that you have used the app basically. And there's only 5 people, and 2 are going to win $500 each. And this is going to be at the end. It's going to be talked at the end of the stream. So we'll do that in just a bit. My heart is pumping and I'm on the cardiologist, says Frank. So XRP is pumping. We got here from Sunny. Olano, great content. Thank you. Yeah, great content today from Devolt, not from me. Devolt has been basically giving all of the tips and using all the tools and giving that education. So shout out to you guys. If you want to follow Devolt, you have his YouTube channel down below in the description, guys. Now he provides videos every single day and talks about, the technical analysis on Bitcoin, also on some altcoins, provides great education. You can follow Devolt on YouTube. And, he provides videos every day, and, you will get huge amount of value out of his videos, no doubt. So you have the link down below if you want to follow Devolt. So yeah, anyway, there you have it. The link in Aditya's providing the link in the comment section. So definitely worth a follow with this insane technical analysis that you're providing, Devolt. Not much more. I mean, not too many comments at the moment. So is there anything else that you are looking at? Anything that you're considering? Is there any news or fundamental news that you want to talk about? Is there any altcoins such as, I don't know, Ethereum maybe, or any altcoins that you've been watching that you have some TA? What do you see? Or general market, S&P, or whatever you want. Let's keep it freestyle. I know you might have something ready.
Freestyle. I do. Well, I'm just as a trader, even when you're doing a live stream, you're still watching the price action for short opportunities. And the one thing I have noticed here, you have to look for little clues. You go here onto the smaller time frames, like I'm here on the 5-minute, and I can see a little clue here as to a confirmation why we turned around. So if you look at this, just some education for the community out there. If you look at this high, okay, see where CVD is, and you look at the lower high, that's your little clue that you're going to come and claim this low.
Sure.
And as you move down, you will find little clues that shows you whether you're going to turn around or whether you're going to continue the momentum to the downside. And usually when you are busy with a bigger corrective structure, you will see every time you retrace, you will form like a little bit of bullish CVD. And sometimes it's so hidden, you have to go and really zoom in like, you know, like crazy to see, okay, you know, no, this looks all still relatively neutral. Okay, yeah, there, higher high, you know, higher high on CVD, lower high on price action. And you find the little clues that you need, whether you're going to find continuation to the upside or to the downside. And this is also a tool that I use for my one line trading strategy, is to see that, you know, do I spot some bullish CVD somewhere, even if it's on locally on the 3 minutes? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. I'm going to enter this trade. The risk to reward is great. And as always, Andy, you know, me and you can't stress it enough, is that you have to apply good risk management. I didn't just enter and hope for the best with a stop loss that's 10% away. It is taking profits, you know, leaving some of the position open, entering the next trade, put your stop loss in, you know, where it's, you know, you have to plan your trade. You have to know where your stop loss is, and you have to know where you're going to take profit. A lot of people enter a trade and they don't know why they're entering the trade. Okay, so the why is very important. Nevertheless, this is something that I saw right now, is that there was a little clue that we're going to find momentum here to the downside. And I don't see any bullish CVD confirming that we are going to come and claim this high just as yet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that also, did it hit the 618 from the drop? You're actually getting a support resistance flip as well from that consolidation of the last few hours. So
that is quite interesting.
I would have taken the shot there for a short position, actually.
Ah, look at beautiful. Yes. And you've got resistance here from the bottom.
Yeah, support resistance flip, 618, and bearish CVD divergence. It's like planets are aligning for that, you know, short position. The only issue sometimes with these kind of trade setups is the risk management. But I think a stop loss above the 7-8 should kind of do it, because I think getting a stop loss or above the highs is a little bit too far away. No, you don't want to have the stop loss extremely close, stuck to your butt right from your entry, but because you're probably going to get wicked out. But yeah, I think round about that zone would have been enough for a stop loss. I would have taken this chance, actually, if I would have been concentrated on the chart in my, you know, nice 30-minute 1 hour trading session where I'm extremely concentrated, not like, oh yeah, let's just get into the trade. Well, if I would have detected this, I would have probably taken the shot, and that's purely based on that breakdown of the uptrend structure as well. You know, it's a big volume candle to the downside, and it's
you're retesting it,
retest dead cat bounce, perfect to the 618 with bearish CVD divergence and a support resistance flip. I would have taken that shot if I would have been in front of the charts. So really nice. There's opportunities every single day, every single hour, especially when you're scalping. It's insane. You know, this is why, you know, I missed out on this runner, DeVault, as you know, during the last 48 hours. Missed out on a $4,000 move to the upside, but I'm not a swing trader. You know, it's just it's the reality, right? Yeah, you know, I'm a day trader, scalper, and I take advantage and I make money with these movements that have just happened. That's a pullback of about $300-400, right, to the downside, and we are getting a bit of a reaction here and creating a slightly higher low, but it's almost a double bottom. I would be happy to take those profits already at that level.
Yeah.
As we
I mean, the target is this low, but I mean, if you see that type of reversal, I mean, rather end with green than waiting to be stopped out.
Exactly, because it could be a 3-wave move up right now. You might just get above that 618, creating a bit of an ABC move, right? So I would be happy already to take in the profits as we do get that reaction. But it's these small little moves where I'm specialized on, you know, when we have these large momentum and higher time frame. I wouldn't say I suck at higher time frame analysis for swing trades. It's just I'm specialized on, you know, ranges, specialized on these range movements on the lower time frames. That's where I know how to make money. You know, when we have large moves, you know, you're going to see me that I missed many of them. I just missed many of these large moves because I'm just not a swing trader, which is the simple answer. But phenomenal. Phenomenal. Great, great, great.
And I mean, Andy, you know, for me, it was also quite a eye opener, is to say that this one line strategy I've been using for three years now.
Mhm.
And the problem with the strategy is you have to wait so long for the opportunity to present itself in order to use this the strategy, because you range for 70% of the time, and you have impulses to either the upside or the downside for 30% of the time. And then I was like, well, I can only trade 30% of the time. That sucks. I need to learn
Yeah.
a new strategy. And I think
Mm.
that's also how I met you and started following your channel, Swing Failure Patterns. I was like, hang on, what is a swing failure pattern? Wow.
Yeah.
Now I can trade ranges as well. So that now means I can trade, even if I don't do my one line strategy, I can still trade 70% of the time and sit on my hands when there's impulses and just take a
Yeah.
break. Or I can trade 100% of the time, you know, because I've now learned to
Exactly.
master two types of strategies. And I think, you know,
Yeah.
as a trader, you also have to find what is your edge. Where do you specialize in? And sit on your hands when something is happening where you're not sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, I'm definitely gonna, I'm gonna be taking, I'll be taking a look at your analysis many more times when we're moving impulsively, because I usually kind of miss out. I usually miss out on these large moves because when we're pumping, I don't like to kind of rush into the pump. But no doubt that these breakout strategies do work, like you've just explained here during the last few minutes on this runner. So, absolutely phenomenal. I know you always updating the community, guys. Devault is a coach in the Legends trading community as well that provides updates every single day as well. So you know the deal. You do have the Legends trading community. This is where we do take a look at, setups, pure education every single day, talking about the technical analysis. You have the link down below if you do want to join, for that privileged obviously content that we do provide there every single day. Devault, absolutely amazing. It's been absolutely great to have you here. I'm not sure if you do have anything else for the community.
Maybe just one last thing from me is that is what excites me about the potential. We use the words probability, potential, most likely, the potential bull market that lies ahead. Because that last 3 or 2 months, when you are truly in an altcoin cycle, this strategy is extremely powerful. So I'm here on Solana just to show you guys. These are also the trades. I just left it. I didn't clean up the charts yet. I missed the bigger breakout of this trend line because I was waiting for confirmation to apply my strategy. And then I had 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades. And then I played this little breakout, but my target was not the high. When you have big moves like this, you start taking profit by the 50% fib level and the 618 from the high to the low, because you don't know if you're making a B wave and you're going to fall down again. But that you learn through experience. But from an impulse perspective, also you can apply this to your favorite altcoin. And Andy, I think we've also had a conversation to say that it is so interesting that each altcoin has its own personality.
Absolutely.
And I really don't get how people can trade 10 altcoins at the same time. I really don't get it, because analyzing Bitcoin, you kind of get a feel for it. When it's going to, by looking at the price action for so long, almost intuitively what Bitcoin's next move is going to be. And when it breaks out, it's a true breakout. And when it fakes out, I saw that coming. And you can apply that. I like to trade Solana and Rune, for example, and I know them so well that I kind of get a feel for when it's time to get out or there's a fake out coming. You learn the personality of that altcoin. When you look at an altcoin like, I don't have an example here right now, like Doge, for example, it has those long wicks to the upside. How do you trade that? I can't analyze that. It's all these weeks, you don't know where to put your trend line. You get faked out 10 times before you actually make profit. So my advice, and I think, Andy, we've spoken about this as well, it's fine to trade altcoins and you will make a lot of gains. But if you are day trading an altcoin, stick to one, maybe 2, and learn their personalities. Take your strategy, reverse the price action, make this your best friend. Make this your best friend and say, I'm going to go and try what Andy and Devault said. and I'm going to go and apply the strategy. And you play it out, and you put, you use this tool must be your best friend. You go work, play with this tool, and you enter each trade. See, by the time you get to the top and get stopped out, how much profit did you make? How much losses did you make? And yeah, that's basically it from my side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah, thank you very much for that. I mean, great education as always, guys. I mean, trading is not easy. A lot of people, if not most of people, do actually that don't have any education and proper risk management, they end up, losing quite a bit and just throw the towel, say, oh, this is dangerous. This is not for me. It's basically because you do not know how to do it properly. Once you know how to do it properly and you're in the zone, it's the best job in the world for me. It really is, especially when you like it a lot, and once you're in the zone, it's like, wow, I'm just on my computer analyzing. I know how the market moves, how to have that risk management. It's the best job in the world. So, I mean, that's what I
Truly
think
it
anyway.
is.
Yeah.
Staring at candles. I mean, how much better can it get?
Oh my God. Making money with candlesticks on the chart. It's crazy. Anyway, Devault, thank you very much, guys. You know the deal, guys. If you are experienced, okay, very important as well. You are experienced. The best trading platform, I think most of you do know, is Bybit for me. Of course, there's other ones that are great. There is where I trade most of the times. You got a great deal with the link down below on Bybit. It's it's been live already for over 6 years. It has a great track record and extremely transparent with the funds. And you got the best deal down below in the description. And if you cannot sign up for Bybit based on KYC, you got Mexi also as a great option. Devault, thank you very much for the insane education that you've provided today, and what you've been seeing as confluence levels, how you've been trading this uptrend, explaining as well where we could top out, if we are in a C wave, that we could even extend to $51,000. So this is extremely complex zone at the moment. So we just pumped during the last 48 hours. We need to wait for a cool off and then look at the major levels during the next couple of days to see where we can trade. Anyway, guys, it is time. Devault, you're going to be here for who's going to be the winner of the giveaway, which is crazy. There's only 5 people. 5 people.
I wish I was in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're watching the live stream, but they're going to get a notification to their email anyway if they're not watching, guys. If you want to stick around here till for the giveaway, and make sure to join a giveaway on, I'm not sure if it's going to be K app next or something else. I might do a hardware wallet giveaway or whatever. But this giveaway was super simple. You need to sign up to the K app with the link down below, activate cash account. That is basically activating your own IBAN number, and deposit $20. You're depositing $20. You can do whatever you want. You can change it for Bitcoin or buy some Ethereum, whatever. Just to get into the giveaway, you basically, it's a free giveaway, and there's only been 5 people, which is that I've actually followed the steps. I mean, this is the only thing is that this is for European people. I think that you cannot do it in the US at the moment. Maybe that, I know I've got a lot of people following from the US as well, and maybe that was the issue. But nevertheless, there's 5 people. There's going to be a winner right now in the next coming seconds. So let's just give it a shot here, and that's going to be here on the list. So let's go right away. Let's see who's going to be the lucky winner that wins $500 Tether. Electronic.else has the winner. $500 will be sent to you. Yeah, you will be getting an email and providing your US dollar Tether address, and you'll be getting $500. Absolutely insane. So there we go. We got one winner. Who's the second winner? I mean, it's from 5 people. The odds of winning is crazy. Obviously, if we get electronic again, then you're not allowed to have the next $500. Come on, we'll do it again if it's you again.
It's gonna be one of the blues.
Oh, it's him. Oh yeah, we have to repeat it. Imagine you got $1,000. No, we cannot do this.
We'll do it again.
It has to be somebody else. We should get him. He might be win it again. Let's go right ahead. Let's use the second winner for the $500 Tether. Oh,
Ooh,
Martis
Martis.
Kainen Mika. Well, congratulations to you. You'll be getting an email, and basically just need to provide your US dollar Tether address. You'll be getting $500 in the next 24, 48 hours approximately. You'll be getting that email. Anyway, it's been absolutely great to have you on the stream, Devolt. Thank you very much for providing, the education, the analysis, and everything. And legends, make sure to check out Devolt. You have his YouTube channel down below where he provides similar analysis to the one today, which is absolutely insane, guys. You're going to learn a lot from Devolt. Devolt, thank you very much. And I will see
Thanks
you
for
in the
having
next
me,
one.
Andy.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers.